Minecrafty goodness with Sky Odyssey. How you guys doing today? Today I'm doing okay. Not a great day. Got some bad news, but that just makes all the other good days I've had that much sweeter because I know that it comes both ways. You get some good days, you get some bad days. So, as you can see here, I've applied a few upgrades to the Woot farm, if you can call it that. It's efficiency 1, 2, 3, mass 1, 2, 3, looting 1, 2, 3, and rate 1, 2, 3. So efficiency makes the spawning take less power and less resources. Mass means that it spawns more things. Looting does what it does to normal stuff, and rate makes it to where it spawns things faster because there's both an amount of time that it takes to spawn, amount of power that it takes, items that are required, and also loot that it can generate. The other thing is I had to open up my game so I could turn on cheats, and here's why. So the way that looting or that Woot works is that it builds a table of everything that a monster can drop with a certain set of looting attached to it, whatever level you're using, or without looting at all. And then it says, hey, we kill it 500 times. Here's what the loot is in 500 kills. Well, in this particular pack, there is something that has a really, really, really low drop chance. And so if I was not able to enter these two commands, dump learning and flush Minecraft Wither, then I would not generate all of the loot that a Wither can join or drop. So these were locked as cheats instead of just server commands or whatever, so I had to open it up so that I had access to them. So you can see right now it's doing another cycle for me because I've dumped it so many times, you can see from the chat, because the thing has a ridiculously low drop rate. It's like 0.03% or something like that. So in 500 kills, it might not do that. It's like a 1 in 3,060 something, 663 chance, I think. It's really, really low. So I'm trying to get it to generate all of the loot, and then we'll turn the farm on. Right now, it is using power, but it's not actually killing anything because I haven't put the resources into it yet for it to spawn the boss and kill it. So right now, it's just kind of doing its thing, running through its process, acting like it's spawning, and then it hits a cycle, realizes it can't spawn because it doesn't have the materials, and then doesn't. But the one thing is that Wither Skulls are not EMCable, which means that they are a finite resource, and for me, I have 44 of them. So we're going to have to make a farm for normal Wither Skeletons, which we do have a couple of really good options available to us for it. The one I'm going to go with is I'm going to use a resturbed spawner from, what is it? Extra Utilities, I think? Resturbed. I think it's Resturbed? Yes, there we go. That's it. So the way that these work, the resturbed spawners, is basically if you have a drop of evil in your inventory and you go to where a spawner is, you can pick it up as a resturbed spawner, and then it uses GP to spawn mobs for you. You can hit it with speed upgrades to make it spawn things faster. So we're going to go and get a spawner and then turn it into a Wither spawner. And the reason that I say this is because I've already gotten some of this stuff. I've been to the Nether again because I went and looked and I was like, surely somebody has figured out how to spawn Wither skeletons reliably in this pack. There just must be a way, and there's not. And the reason that there's not is because you don't need to. There are actually nether forts. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's just I went completely the wrong direction or whatever to find them. So if we come into the nether again, here at about the level that we spawn at, and then I can actually look at the little claimed chunks map because I built myself some directional data here. It's over this way, I think. Yeah. There you go. So there are actually nether forts here in the nether. You absolutely can find them, and they have blaze spawners just like they do in normal vanilla Minecraft with all the monsters and stuff, except that everything spawns around here because there's nowhere else for it to spawn. There's no netherrack or anything for it to go onto. So basically, all we have to do is get the last little touches on something that I've been kind of already putting together. And then once we have that together, then we will be able to come in there and resturb a wither skeleton spawner. As you can see here, I've already broken a few spawners from a different nether fort to get these spawner shards was the actual reason that I did it. Because with these, you can make a spawner changer. So if I put a wither skeleton in a spawner changer, and then change the blaze spawner to be a wither skeleton spawner, I can then use a drop of evil to pick up the resturbed spawner and bring it back here to our base and just use it in our spawning room that we already have set up. You don't have to do anything special. So 4 spawner shards, which I already have, 4 magnum cream, which has an EMC I can get, and an empowered diamantine block. Unfortunately, the only way to get these is through the empowerer, or you already have empowered diamantine crystals and then you put them together, which these you only get from blah blah blah. It just goes back and forth. So yeah, essentially I have to build an empowerer. Not that that is terribly difficult for us at this point. It even has an EMC value associated with it, which means that all of the components are something that I can pull out of EMC. We will also need some kind of a room to put it in. Things like this that sort of have like a magical or maybe like a sci-fi type end to it, I don't mind having those floating out freely because they kind of look like they're little ships unto themselves, if you will, much like the other kind of buildings that I've thrown together look like they could be some kind of standalone ship that's floating around here. The Empowerer is not. It's a machine. And we kind of need a machined room anyways, because we've just been sort of stacking stuff up here like this, and that's vaguely not acceptable. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on that. And we're going to do it kind of in the style that we've already been putting together. We're going to pull out some great wood planks here. We'll start with maybe that many, whatever, and some ineffable glass. Yep, we're going to need probably a lot of that, and then some of the glass with wires, or iron bars, iron fits, that we have been using. So let's kind of think about this. We'll pick a spot. Let's see, machine room doesn't really require sunlight, so it can be kind of low. I always want to go down before I go up, because I don't want any of the stuff above to block any of the stuff below, because these three things, since they don't have any light sources on them, they need to stay like out of the shadow of anything else, or I would have to put light sources on them, and that's not what I'm trying to do. So let's think about and also, I mean, like this one itself though is one that will not, it will require some form of lighting itself unless I do it. So I guess I'm going to put it over here. Yeah. Like over here, kind of not where the solar panels are. Right here. Yeah, that's not a bad place to start. And then we can just kind of build around that. So let us get a little platform going. Yeah. Very basic, but not a bad start, not a bad start. Okay, so then let's think about the design of this. Basically, we'll need something that we can run cables either under or through the walls. In this particular case, under would probably be the better option. So we'll do it, let me think about here. We've already done a dome. We've already done a sort of, what's that called? It's not a trapezoid. No, it is a trapezoid, isn't it? We've already done a large rectangle, sort of ovalish rectangle. So what's another shape that we can get on for this machine room here? Do you guys have any suggestions? What do you think? Let me grab a sip of coffee here. Since it has to have an above and a below, maybe we could get away with like a sort of inverse dome. Sort of like a ship, honestly. We could do a ship. Sort of a ship. I don't want to do like an actual like full-on ship because that's ever so slightly out of my repertoire, but we could do a vague airship style design. Let me get out a wand. And we'll go... You know what else? Okay, so thinking about it a little bit more, I don't really want to do something that looks like an actual structure. I don't want it to be like this is a docking station or anything like that. I really want it to be these vague kind of shapes. So another sort of general shape that we do have represented down below, but we don't actually have it represented in our building, is a pyramid. This one's sort of like a ziggurat, if you will. But that's not exactly pyramidal in shape. What do you think? Let's do a pyramid. Okay, so we'll do a big... How big of a base do we want for this? We want to be able to put all of the machines in it, but we want to kind of tucked away so that we don't ever have to worry about it. So let's do 9 by 9. So 11, so 12, so 13 with cables. Let's do like a 15 by 15 kind of thing, because we honestly don't need that many machines. There's very few things that we have to automatically process in this pack other than EMC. So yeah, let's do like a 15 by 15. That should be a plenty big enough pyramid for us. So let's go this side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah? Is that big enough, we thinking? Should we do more? I think we'll be fine. Yeah, let's stick with that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. It's a big square now, but it won't be for very long. And then we'll do the glass all around the edge. There we go. Yep. And then basically we'll go up, over, up, over, up, over, up, over until we hit the center. But we'll also need a space below for all of the cabling and stuff to go through, because I'm not going to want to put it up against the glass. I'm going to want to hide it. So what if we did the same thing down below, and instead of having it be just a single like one-sided pyramid, we could have like, what's it called when it's a pyramid but on both sides? I know that there is a name for that shape, but it just doesn't come up in casual conversation enough that I can just rightly remember it. But I don't want to make it plain wood, but I also don't want it to be see-through. That's kind of the point, is hiding the cables. So let's find a different material for the bottom. For now, we'll leave that, but we'll find a different material for the bottom. Okay, so basically up, and then over, 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 up, and then over. You know, I should really, at some point, like, put Silk Touch on my axe, probably. Yeah, that's not quite at the center. It might be, honestly. We'll start on the other side. Up, and then over, up, and over, up, and over. So on and so forth. Like a decent right here. Yeah. Yeah. So this is going to be the capstone block, it looks like. This isn't. And that's up and over from that as well. So this is going to be the very central block. Is this one right here? There we go. Oh no. That's misplaced. Come on. If you guys know that shape too, you should definitely tell me. Because I do not know it personally. There we go, that's the capstone. We'll just have to remember which blocks we're clearing out, right? But that's fine. It's not going to be difficult for us to remember, right? It's not like we're brand new. We're well experienced at this. We've been doing it for a while. Alright. So then we start clearing it out. Yeah, see, I think that looks pretty good. And then we'll do the ineffable all around on the outside edges of it so that we can kind of float in and out of it. That'll look darn good. Darn good. I was stating that it is only like one EMC, but still I'm like, oh, I should really have silk touched this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, also, remind me here in a second, because I know that there's something else I need to show you. I'm not operating with the angel ring for my flight anymore. I actually put some more modifiers down onto the personal nanobot beacon. So now I have the creative flight upgrade on it, and also the some flight speed modifiers, which is also why my flight speed is kind of like way faster than it is, yeah? Stop the project for a second. We're going to come down here and look. Yeah, creative flight, and then the flight speed ones are the next tier down. So I still have 8 modifiers that I could use, and I'm just not sure what, if anything, I would actually want to use them on. Now let's lay down this ineffable glass. And that's the sad part, is that I can't just use the creative wand to lay it the way that I'm going to want it laid, because I'm doing the, I'm going to be going along the lines of the iron fence glass, so it's definitely not going up in a straight line, so I can't just fill it in. See, I don't know about that. Yeah, I think going around the outside edges is actually the wrong way to play this. Yeah. I don't want to do it around there. I want to do it around here. Like just iron glass to iron glass, because that still has the desired effect of like containing the space, but it doesn't, on the outside it just seemed weird. I don't really know why. It just wasn't working for me. So let's put it in here. There we go. And there we go. And that's one row done. So let's just start on the next one. Yeah. Yeah. That's the real rough thing, is that I don't have anything to like, oh wow. Nothing autofills the hotbar anymore. I guess that's like a classic mod that was causing some issues or hasn't been ported forward or nothing. Because man, I sure did like having my bar autofill, but it does not do that anymore. Yeah, another level done. So let's come around this edge. Yeah. 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 Grab another batch of glass. Boom. If I can actually aim it right. And then one there. Same thing here, except where I place everything correctly the first time. And there we go. So that's our pyramid shape. So that's a pretty, I mean, like, it still uses the same build palette, but it's a pretty stark departure, right? It doesn't really look like anything else we're doing here, because everything else has, you know, some other kind of a shape to it. But that's fine. We do not mind at all if it's a little bit different. It's kind of the point, even. So we can toss all this back in, including the wand. And we just need to decide what we're going to do on the bottom. We've got... The only other thing that's really in our build palette is we do use dirt on the main island, dirt and grass, but I don't want to make it out of that because that's going to, again, make it like it's kind of attached or like a floating island. So what else could we use? We have used the structure frames in the other things around here. Mufflers. Honestly, if we made the bottom out of the some of the Lawn's Delight that we have from the extra environmental tech, that might look good. I don't know though. It's just like a blank black block. Let's put it up against it and we'll double check here. I mean, it does have a texture to it, so it wouldn't exactly be like it's a blank block. I think we might build the inverse of the pyramid out of this, but I think, honestly, for the main thing, we might actually just use these structure frames. The tier 4 ones that have the blue lines on them. I think this might look pretty good, because it'll be... It definitely contrasts, but it has a similar pattern to the glass itself, because it's got the central dark part surrounded by kind of a diamond shape with dark part around there as well, which sort of mimics this, and the 4 blue dots kind of call back to the fact that you can see through those 4 holes. So this would be like a good edge block. This wouldn't be the main structure, but around the bottom edge, I think this would work. I think this works. Oh no. Yeah. And then we could do the same thing that we did up above, but below, where we just make the pyramid shape come out from there. So it'll be like, yeah, just like that. And then we'll have to go down 1, not over 1 again. Down, over, down. Over, down, over, down, over. We're getting there. That might be the central block. So let's come from a different angle here. There we go. So that's going to be our central block right there. Funny to me that I did kind of like the same thing that I did before, except in reverse, where I had to come from a different angle in order to notice the central block. Yeah. Yeah. And then we could either go, we could use either the... We could use the color here and go with the actual palladium blocks. Let's take a look at that and see how that works for us. So this is the block that you use to make those. So this would be the clashing block that goes around the edges. Maybe. Oh yeah, well okay, so here's the things that I do like about that. It matches the color, it also matches the pattern. So it's definitely like attached to it, it's the same material almost, just with a different, instead of being black, we're like inverting it. Which is sort of similar to what we're doing up here too, because we've got the glass that's gray encased, and so obviously there's that clear, and then this is the opposite of that, where it's like the clear is the whole structure. So I think this might actually work. I really thought that it was darker than it is, but it's not. That is the same color though. Yeah, that's definitely the same color. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. We'll try it out anyways. So let's do the other sides, and then we'll come back to filling all that stuff in. There we go. And then one more over here. There we go. There we go. Come on. Don't do that. Don't you get saucy with me, game. So now we just got to kind of go back and clean up after ourselves for all the blocks that we used to get ourselves to that area. Including these two. Yeah, good, 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 good. And same thing over here. And then this one. There we go. That's 3 out of 4 done. Let's come over here. Oh gosh. Having trouble hitting the block. There we go. There we go. Let's look at it from way below. Yeah, I think that I like that. I do like that. Basic geometric shapes are kind of like, it's one of the things that I like, obviously. We've talked about that before. So I'll need more palladium. Let's just grab out. I think that 4 will be plenty. I don't think I'll need more than that. And basically, we're going to do the exact same thing we did up there, except in reverse. So, yeah. Oh, gosh. It's really easy to go overboard that way, I guess. Of course, the areas are getting smaller. So, yeah. Okay, now let's look at it from a good bit away. At a distance, the blue is very striking. But honestly, the ineffable glass is sort of striking too, but that's sort of central to our thing, is the ability to fly in and out of the top of it. So on the one hand, I'm like, I don't know if this works, but I mean, like, it does. It really does work. But we can't have zombies coming in here either, so let's go ahead and lay down some form of lighting. And this is in my territory, right, that we're building this? Yeah, good. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. Alright, so let's start on this side. Give me another palladium. Up close, it's like a fine detail, and you notice that the blocks mix together. But at a distance, yeah, it is very, very striking. I just don't really see that as an issue. It's not like we're trying to build super realistic here. I mean, we're literally pulling blocks out of thin air with magic, so I don't really have a qualm with us being a little bit crazy about how we do this. Mm-hmm. There we go. And it is more area than we need, for sure, because the only thing that we're going to be doing down here is running cables. But with this sort of area, there's not really much else you could do anyway, so I'm not going to feel bad about us making this that kind of place, even though we could use it for more. Okay, so let me see here. I guess not the next tier down, but the tier after that. If we put some torches, it's gonna be good, and then we'll just put one right in the center. There we go. Nice and symmetrical, definitely keeps things done. So then the only other thing we have to do is we have to put down the spaces for the elevators, which my way of thinking is that before we did it in the corners, so now we're going to do it here, right on the edges. With the only bad part being is that we're either going to have to break up the block palette above or break up the block palette below, because the elevators only come in basic colors. So it's either from the bottom it's not going to look blue, or from the top it's not going to look brown. And we've used brown elevators before with this wood, and I mean, like, even if you use the brown elevators, they don't match, which makes me kind of inclined to try out the blue ones and see if they would be a better match here. So let's grab about 8 of them. And we'll just basically come down here, tear that out, and then see that that is obviously really different. But I don't know if it's so different that it's a problem, though. I don't think it is. And then one more over here. Interior decorator, I am not, and I'm never going to claim to be. That's not really my thing. So yeah, let's take a look. We'll cruise. Cruise. Very striking. But I don't really have a better way to hide that in... Nothing that wouldn't take like a long time, basically, is going to be a good way to hide that. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Some machines we won't be able to put here because some of them can't be like automatically can't be put automatically out from just the bottom, but most everything will be able to fit in here, no problem. And we'll start with what we've already got built, right? So take your sweet time. Got 3 of them, got 3 machines. Good. 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 So then we'll take these. And the atomic reconstructor. Alright. Now I'm thinking that we're just going to put them underneath there, but the atomic reconstructor does present a problem because it's got to be launched pretty much straightforward. So if I do that, it can't have any machines next to it because that's where the button's got to go for launching the thing. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and grab out that block and we'll put in flux points. Flux points, they're all flux points for pulling out. Why didn't they stack? That's so weird that they didn't stack. Well, whatever. Okay, so we're going to put one there, one there, one there, and one there. And then we'll grab out some of the conduit. It's way more than I need, but it's fine. And just kind of run it along the edges. And at least with the energy conduit, you don't have to mess with any inputs or outputs or anything, so that's fine. That will be plenty. Then we'll go ahead and hit that to put it up onto the atomic reconstructor. Marvelous. Marvelous. We will have to also have cables run up to the center for the display platforms because that's going to be here in the center for sure. It's going to be there, and then I think it's 2 from it is where the other ones have to be. So 1, 2 there. Basically, 1 in front of the elevator. And then we'll either automatically set it up or we won't. But either way, it'll be fine, I think. Okay, so we'll have nothing in the very corner because we want to be able to access everything. So we'll just start like arbitrarily on this side, right? So we'll put the compactor there. The slice and splice we'll put there. And then we'll put the sag mill and the alloy smelter there. And then we need to run cabling for it. So it's that one, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. There's totally one side I didn't cable, and that's absolutely the side, through sheer dumb luck, that's the side that I decided to put all the machines on. Well, that's just how it works with me. So there we go. Now everything should be getting power. You still can't see through the floor, so you still can't see if there's anything down below. We could probably pull items out of the bottom as well, so there we go. Let's come here, though, and we need to put lines out to the center, but they can't be from the very center, basically. Well, the empower is not something that we're going to make. Are we going to make a lot of it? I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out one of those flux points, and instead of just running the wire like that, I'm just going to have it in the center. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And then we'll set it to the same network. And then we'll come across like that. And same thing here. There we go. And that should be getting power to all 4 of the stands once we put them in. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw that in there, the extra palladium, and let's start working on this empower. So actually empower. This has everything that we need to craft everything that we need to craft. So let's get out. Do I already have some casing? Good. Just grab a stack of that. I feel like we're probably going to need it across everything that we have to make here. We need a Restonia crystal. Tonia. There we go. Just grab a stack of that too. And then we need display stands, so we need the aesthetic and the normal, the aesthetic green and the aesthetic normal quartz. Advanced coils. Did I make the coils already? I feel like I did. No, I didn't. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's look up how to make those. The advanced is gold wrapped around the normal. The normal is black quartz and Restonia. So let's grab out some black quartz. Okay, and we'll do that and that. That gets us the basic coil. Throw it in there so that we know how to make it now. Grab out some gold nugs and some coil. And then do the same thing here. To get the advanced coil, put it in there. And then we'll pull out a bundle of it. Cool. We're well on our way. Double battery is Inori. Single battery, the advanced coil. The normal battery is Restonia. So we need some Inori. And I don't think that we have that yet. Yeah, so let me get some iron. And we'll throw it. We'll turn off our magnet. And then we'll throw it down there. And now we have a lot of Inori. So let's go ahead and put one of those in there and one of those in there. So that way that we know how to make it now. Now we're making the battery. Yeah, no problem. I should just be bringing it up like this so that way I can put it in there. All right. It gets powered up because of course it does. Battery. I think I'll need a few of them. Well, whatever, if I don't, it's not like it really matters. So then, let's do the double battery. Oh, I don't have enough Inori. There we go. Double battery. Good. Good, so now we need the display stand. So now we need the aesthetic and the normal quartz, and we have everything else. So let's get ourselves some quartz. Grab a full stack of that. And then we will turn it into blocks. And then we will turn half of it into the pillar quartz. There we go. And then is that, did I just mess it up? How do you do the aesthetic? Chiseled quartz block. Not pillar quartz. How do you get that? I feel like I'm being thick here. Ah, it's quartz slabs, not... Okay. So I'm actually just going to put all of that in there and pull out a whole block of quartz. Whole mess of it. And then... Hup, hup, hup. There we go. Now we will empower. All right. Aesthetic green, aesthetic normal. We'll go ahead and turn a lot of this into the Inori. And now let's grab out that and that. Okay, so we should be good shape here. We'll need 4 display stands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, well, I guess it's actually 5 because we need one for the actual empowerer. And then if we do that, boom, we have it. So I was wrong about the batteries. We didn't need so many of them. But whatever, it doesn't really matter either. So we'll put up all this junk. Bam. And bam. Alright. So the empowerer goes here. And the display stands go there, 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 and there. We just kind of wait for them to all build up to crystal flux. And then we'll have to make some empowered diamantine. So we're just going to do a block, obviously. So let's grab from our network diamond. As many blocks as it'll give us in one go. Bam. And now what is the recipe for the empowered block? No, that's Palace. There we go. Empowered diamantine. We need clay, light blue dye, and a block of clay. Not hard. We'll get clay, 2 normal clays, and then light blue. And we'll need the mortar. I mean, I can just do it here, I guess. There we go. Throw that back. And then we can make up all of these empowered diamantine blocks. No problem. We'll just need to... Alright, I forgot. You can only do them one at a time. Well, that is sort of easily remedied. Conduit. I always want to hit escape to like get myself out of this, and that is never actually the proper way to do this. So some conduit, and then some storage crate, action, and then we'll put storage crate on the bottom of each one of these, and then we'll attach some conduit line to it. With the one problem, of course, being that I will have to move the flux point down one more. That's okay, I didn't even put away the conduit. Two more? Well, we'll do that. And then, because all of this is going to be ugly, but that's fine, because, you know, it doesn't matter. Do I want it there? I could have it automatically deposit stuff for me up above where we could just grab it. Basically, if I do that, what would be... There's no good symmetry here, though. Unless I do it on both sides, I guess. So if I do that... And then I can put that back. Then I can do a storage crate here and here. Kind of like as an input-output type thing. That might work. And I know right now it's all sounding crazy. Well, okay, it's probably not actually, since a lot of you watched my previous series and you know exactly what I'm doing. So it's going to be insert and abstract. Actually, it'll never be extract. It's only insert. Down here, though, it'll be extract only with always active. And then same thing here. We're going to put that there and there. Up here, insert only. Down here, extract always active. Then same stitch. Insert only. Extract always active. And then that and that. We're going to put insert only and extract always active. Okay. So right now, we've got it to where we can just auto input the materials. No problem. So I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to throw the clay there, the other clay there, the big clay there, and then the light blue dye there. And if we go up above, yeah, we can see that that's already on the pedestals. Good, good, good. And then here, we just need to do conduit going across. And this one needs to be an extract always active. This one needs to be an insert and an extract always active. And this one is just going to be an insert. Cool. So then, if we put diamantine blocks into this one. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that was silly of me. Because we need to use channels here. So the first extract, we're just going to leave green, and then we'll leave the insert green, but the extract we're going to change to brown, and then we're going to change this insert to brown. And then we'll put that back over there. Yeah, now it's not just pulling it out constantly, it's only going to pull out the empowered variant thereof. So yeah, cool. Now we've got basically an automated empower setup going. And we can walk in and out of this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter that there's stuff in between it. It's still going to be able to shoot the beams and work. It just had to be the appropriate distance away. It just takes time, basically. But that gives us the one empowered block that we needed to make the spawner changer. This bad boy, this is what we were actually looking for. So we will also need magma cream. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can do this. So empowered spawner changer. Cool, 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 cool. So then we just need a drop of evil. Evil. So you know what? Let's put looting on our sword here. So what is this? Is the Ender.io enchanter. This is how I made all of the enchanted books that I used to make all of the woot upgrades. It's also what I've used classically to enchant my weapon anyways. So let's look at looting. I can't remember what the thing for it is. Oh my gosh, it's skulls. It's skulls. No problem, if that can be any skulls. So let's go ahead and, not here. That's not what we need. We need it in here. Skull. Just pull out a whole mess of them. And then also, well, we have lapis in there already, right? No, I do not. I pulled all that out too, or I used it all, one of those. So let's go ahead and pull that in there. And then we'll need some levels. So let's go ahead and take all of the levels that we currently have just so we don't have to worry about it, and we'll pull out a book and quill from here. Whatever item you put in this slot is going to be something that you can just pull out of your network whenever you need to. So you can set those up to whatever item you want, but that's what I used here. So book and quill, we'll put the lapis there, and then we're going to put the skulls there, and then it's going to give us a looting tree book. Yes. 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 Then we'll just store all that XP back in there so that we don't lose anything. And then we can apply this to our sword. Let's get out some dark steel. And I think that we need, what, 3 blocks? I think it's 3 blocks. If I could manage to place it in the right area. Yeah, there we go. Dark steel anvil. Cool, cool. We'll just kind of clunk and then go get those levels back that we just put away because we need them again for actually enchanting the weapon. So we're going to put the guitar there, and then the looting 3 book, and it says no. Okay, like that? No? Alright, so I know that you're able to enchant these. It says only Curse of Vanishing. You can't enchant the guitar with looting? Really? Well then, we're just going to have to get a better weapon, aren't we? Let's take a look. Well, obviously, like, our best bet's probably going to be the Draconic stuff, 35. We haven't set up any of the machines to get it, though. And that's like a fusion crafting thing with the Awakened cores, which we also have not set up any kind of a making for either. I thought to myself, I was like, this is, when I was looking at it earlier, I was like, this is a better weapon, but is it really worth going out for? I don't know. And 15 is actually worse than our guitar. Our guitar has 25 or 24. But I definitely don't want to have to sit there and grind out for a drop of evil forever here. Let me think. Oh yeah, we'll just buy it. We'll just buy it. It's only 500 anyways. It's not even that big a deal. We've got almost 500,000. So there we go. And soon it won't be an issue because we will just have like an infinite number of them, no problem. So let us go to the Nether. We will need our spawner changer. I think it's over here. Yeah. Yeah. We'll need to grab one of the wither skeletons. I'd prefer to do it where there isn't like a billion blazes. There we go. And then if we come over here to the spawner, you should just have to right click. Yep. Unfortunately, they are single use. But yeah, now we've got a wither skeleton spawner, so now if we hit it with this drop of evil... Oh my gosh. There we go. And we'll just back up from there. And now we have a restored mob spawner with a wither skeleton. So let's head home. We're going to grab some speed upgrades. The max of 4 for the normal ones. And then we're going to head down here. And temporarily we're going to turn off the fans. So I'm going to want to put it pretty much right here in the center where I put the slime chunk thing. This slime cube makes it to where even if you're not in a slime chunk, slimes will spawn. And so that has kind of like, I wouldn't say drastically is like a strong word, but it definitely increased the amount of loot crates I was getting. And then we just put those in. And we should see it spawn. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that those are wither skeletons. Yep. Okay. So then we just turn back on the fan. And drops of evil and everything else are now going in there. With our, max upgraded mob killer, mob grinder, we should be getting all kinds of junk now. So drops of evil for sure we need to put in. So we'll just go ahead and put them in there. What else is not an EMC-able thing? Drops of evil. Yeah. I guess pretty much the rest of the wither drops are an EMC-able thing. Well, the skulls have a place. But there's some kind of like dust or something that they drop, isn't it? Like a... Go ahead and throw that stuff in there. I thought that they... Oh, there it is. Wither dust. But it does have an EMC attached to it, so we can put it in and then we know how to make it from now on. And of course, this Drops of Evil, now that it has a place, they'll just all go there. And Wither Skulls. We're already up to 63 from the 44 we had a second ago. So, is that one restarted mob spawner going to keep up with our wither killing desires all the way around? Probably not. But realistically, we don't need to kill the withers super fast. We're very laid back on this. So let's look. Yeah, it still did not find the thing that I was hoping for it to find, so we're going to have to clear it and let it start over. So you can see here now it only has like 5 things. If I keep on clicking on it, eventually you're going to see it add more as it does kills and figures out stuff that the wither can drop. But yeah, I need for this thing to find all of the drops that it's going to find before I can really start spawning in the withers for it to kill. Because there's no point in wasting these resources until we're actually getting the thing that we're actually after. Which nether stars obviously are not it. We can just make an infinite number of those. Okay, so then the other thing that I want to do before I separate from you is I actually want to do what we were going to do last time and couldn't. So we need to make the final stuff for Project EX. The final star. That's what we're actually after. So we need to make the final power flower bonsai pot. So dragon eggs and those things. So this is what we needed to make, and we were so close, right? We were like 60.4p or 0.8p off. But now we're into E, actually. So we have more than enough to do this. So let's grab out 2 of the final collectors. We'll need to get 6 of the final relays. And then, what was the last thing? A personal EMC link. So let's grab that out. And then we will put that together. Bam! Final power flower bonsai pot, which generates 48.00 T per second. Which even the final collector only does 1 T. So yeah, obviously this is better. So then we'll put it in here so that we know how to make it, and then we can just pull them out at our leisure. But the main thing is that we're trying to make this final star, so we need 8 of them. 81.07p a piece. Let's see if we can do it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we could. We could. So we're at a 1000p, basically, is what E is. So that, and then what else? We need a dragon egg. Dragon egg. Do. All the way across. One more that wouldn't go for some reason. Bam. The final star. So that's a pretty in-game quest that we just knocked out. No problem. But that also goes in, there's something that goes in, isn't it? What is this used for? Oh, nothing. Well, it gets us the chicken trophy. So yeah, because the trophies are sort of like actually what we're aimed at in terms of like finishing the pack, if you will. So let's go ahead and we'll collect that loot reward, and then we'll come over here to finale, and we'll grab the one for the final star. And now we have the chicken trophy. Go down below and put it with our other trophy. And it gave us an egg. Alright. Alright. So, I'm going to tear all this down, and I'm going to put these up as the final ones. But other than that, folks, I think that's going to be it for the stream today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please, please, please do all the stuff to stay connected with me. I really like seeing people come out, and I also really like chatting with you guys. Please come out to the streams. If not, definitely enjoy the YouTube videos that I throw up the next day. Leave comments on those as well. Anyways, I will see you guys later.